Only one penny. The Boston Country Journal.
Reverend Julius Foster will be guest preacher this Sunday at St. Mary's for the good of all souls.
The finest provider of beef, veal, and live bullocks of several varietals. The choice of all discerning restaurateurs.
Thank you.
The news of our times in today's Boston Weekly Advertiser.
Hello again.
More almanac pages?
Not quite. It's a treatise, actually.
Oh? Concerning what?
The benefits of taking an older woman as a lover.
Really? This I'd like to hear.
First and most obvious, they're wiser. And so this makes for far more stimulating conversation. Makes other things more stimulating as well, but more on that in a moment.
All right. Your argument for experience makes some sense.
Second, when beauty fades, women must improve their utility, lest they be discarded and forgotten. Rare is an old woman who is not also kind, compassionate, and good.
That's something of a generalization.
But also true. Now, on to the third. Older women cannot conceive, which means one less thing over which to fret. In fact, you also decrease the chance of acquiring something like the French pox, its presence clearly visible, or the woman dead.
And should one desire a child?
Then make a young woman your wife. Let the older one be a mistress. And that brings me to my fourth point. With age comes prudence. An older woman is less likely to reveal your indiscretions.
Yes. I suppose you know quite a bit about that.
And proud of it, thank you. As to the fifth reason, because in every animal that walks upright, the deficiency of the fluids that fill the muscles appears first in the highest part. The face first grows lank and wrinkled, then the neck, then the breast and arms. The lower parts continuing to the last as plump as ever, so that covering all above with a basket, and regarding only what is below the girdle, it is impossible of two women to know an old from a young one. And as in the dark all cats are gray, the pleasure of corporal enjoyment with an old woman is at least equal and frequently superior, every knack being by practice capable of improvement.
You mad bastard!
Well, it's true, and believe me, I should know. I've sampled a great many. You should try one as well. Like a fine wine, they only improve with age. Although I suppose if left unattended too long, some have a tendency to sour. And that, my friend, is a most unpleasant experience. Better to work in a field often plowed, you know?
Is there more?
Indeed, indeed. The sixth is this. The sin is less. To take a maidenhead is a great responsibility. Mishandled, it can ruin lives. No such risk with an older woman. And this implies the seventh. Younger women are more given to compunction. Anxiety and unease are not present in the more aged and experienced. And as to the last of my reasons, well, it's really quite simple. Older women are so very grateful for the attention.
You make a compelling argument, Mr. Franklin. I might just have to run a few tests myself.
I highly recommend it.
Mein Herr would like... has surrendered court necessity to French forces. There will be a presentation of the latest sacred choral works from several Vienna-based composers at St. Paul this coming Saturday. Expressing sincere condolences to the Brown family, Mr. Roberts would like to remind the city youth not to play near the manufactory building. Gentlemen dilettantes, amateurs and the curious public, Toby Locke's son Geoffrey will demonstrate tomorrow by the Belfry his latest giant net for the entrapment of plummeting objects. For all your transport needs between the city and points south, including Philadelphia and Williamsburg, contract the services of Tom Hart.
Me, you have always much choice and no wow, yeah?
The Boston Weekly Advertiser, a penny well spent.
Right, the Baron de Montesquieu has died at the age of 66. For the widest assortment of dry goods, feed and other staples, call upon the good folk of Locke.
Johnson's told me what you intend. As it happens, the man who held me is the same one that you seek. His name is Silas Thatcher.
That fancy lad is our slaver?
Don't let his velvet tongue deceive you. A crueler and more vicious creature I've never known.
What can you tell me of his operation?
He hosts at least 100 men, more than half of whom are redcoats.
All this for some slaves?
Hardly. The man's a commander in the King's troop, in charge of the Southgate Fort.
We need to find a way inside. Let me think on it. In the meantime, I'll attend to our final recruit.
John Pitcairn's our man. I'll take you to him.
State your business.
New recruit.
More kindling for the pyre, eh? Well, go on then.
How'd you manage that?
Did you forget, sir? My commission is with General Braddock. When I'm not attending to you, of course.
Pitcairn, you fool! Your acts are treacherous. Give me one good reason I shouldn't kill you right now. Were you planning to announce yourself, or did you hope my men wouldn't notice your arrival?
If you'll allow me to explain.
Ho ho! By all means. I should like very much to hear this.
I have not deserted, sir. I am here under Commander Amherst's orders.
Show me a letter bearing his seal, and you might be spared the gallows.
I have no such thing. The nature of my work, sir,
It's the sort of thing best not put to paper.
Haytham.
General Braddock?
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Wolves often travel in packs.
Master Pitcairn won't be here for but a few weeks. I shall return him to his proper post once our work is finished.
The devil's work, no doubt. It's bad enough my superiors have insisted I grant you use of Charles. But they said nothing about this traitor. You'll not have him.
Edward, listen to reason.
We're done here. See these gentlemen out.
Well, that didn't go as I expected.
And to think I used to call him brother.
What now? They'll chase us off if we try and return.
We're done with this camp. And as luck would have it, so are they. Come along.
What are you planning?
To steal Master Pitcairn.
What?
You'll see. Now, when I give the signal, you're to distract Braddock's patrol and lure them into a dead end.
In today's Boston Gazette, for the very best in firearms, you need but stop at one expedient location. Murray's has all patterns in stock.
Where shall perhaps down Marlborough? No. Its residence.
What of Lynn or Ship Street?
Yes. Those fresh arrived are often soon in dire straits. They're more likely to seize upon an opportunity to fatten their purses and feed their young.
For the very best in firearms, you need but stop at one expedient location. Murray's has all patterns in stock.
Now!
Oi! You thieves and scoundrels, one and all! Fie on you and your false war!
After him!
Unhand him, Edward.
You again.
Let us go. And John Pitcairn with us.
I will not have my authority challenged.
Nor I.
Put them all in chains.
I stay my hand today because you were once my brother, and a better man than this. Or should our paths ever cross again, all debts will be forgotten. You're free now, John.
Traitor! Go on then. Join them on their fool's errand. And when you find yourself lying
I assume
broken
you've good reason for causing all this madness. What is it you require of me?
I'll explain everything on the way.
If I may, I was curious about your past with Braddock. You two clearly have a history.
Edward was one of us upon a time, and I considered him a close friend. He was brave and bold in ways few men are. But everything changed at the siege of Bergen-op-Zoom. We had lost the fortress to the French, and were in the midst of egress. There was a skiff hidden at the port with which we planned to make our escape. As we drew near, a young man and his family came upon us, begging for safe passage. I consented, but Edward refused. The young man called him craven then. So Edward killed him and all the rest, even the children. To this day, I don't know why. Was this the first time he'd struck out? Or had I simply never seen it before? Either way, things were never the same after that. We campaigned together a few more times, but each outing was more disturbing than the last. He killed and killed. Enemy or ally, civilian or soldier, guilty or innocent. It mattered not. If he perceived one to be an obstacle, they died. He maintained that violence was a more efficient solution. It became his mantra. And it broke my heart.
I had no idea.
He hides it well, and intimidates into silence any who discover him. Those who persist have a tendency to find misfortune.
And we should stop him.
I suppose you're right. But I maintain a foolish hope that he might yet be saved and brought back round to reason. I know. It's a silly thing to believe that one so drenched in death might suddenly change.
I'm sorry to have brought this up. It was not my intent to sour you.
Nonsense. We are brothers now. There should be no secrets between us.
I'll let you know as soon as I have something.
So, a question for you. Why medicine?
I'm supposed to tell you I care for my fellow man, right? That I chose this path because it allows me to accomplish a greater good.
Are these things not true?
Perhaps. But that's not what guided me, no. For me, it was a less abstract thing. I like money.
There are other paths to fortune.
But what better ware to peddle than life? Nothing else is as precious nor so desperately craved. And no price is too great for the man or woman who fears an abrupt and permanent end.
Your words are cruel, Benjamin.
But true as well.
You took an oath to help people, did you not?
I abide the oath, which makes no mention of price. I merely require compensation, fair compensation, for my services.
And if they lack the required funds?
Then there are others who will serve them. Does a baker grant free bread to a beggar? Does the tailor offer a dress to the woman who cannot afford to pay? No. Why should I?
You said it yourself. Nothing is more precious than life.
Indeed. All the more reason one should ensure they have the means to preserve it.
Any news?
Whispers of things. Nothing solid at the moment. I know you're looking for word of anything out of the ordinary. Dealing with temples and spirits and ancient times and whatnot. But, so far, can't say my boys have heard much.
No trinkets or artifacts being moved through your shadow market?
Nothing new. Couple of ill-gotten weapons, some jewelry likely lifted from a living thing. But you said to listen for talk of glows and hums and strange sights, right? And I ain't heard nothing about that.
Keep at it.
Oh, I will. You done me a great service, mister. And I fully intend to repay my debt. Thricefold, if it pleases.
Thank you, Thomas.
Place to sleep and meal to eat is thanks enough. Don't you worry. I'll get you sorted soon.
Gentlemen, I believe I found the solution to our problem. Or rather, Odysseus has.
Oh, do you? Are you a new guy?
The Greek hero, you lobcock.
Allow me to explain. We enter Silas' fort under the pretext of kinship. Once inside, we spring our trap, free the captives, and kill the slaver.
Dodgy, dodgy. I like it.
Then, let us begin. First, we need to find ourselves a convoy. Convoy should be here soon. We'll attack on my signal.
Understood, sir.
If we time this right, we can catch them all unawares.
Merseyside Saddlers wishes it to be known a great clearing of leather in... Come equip your jobbing with the best for less. For the best rates in transatlantic...
is this?
1,000 pardons, sirs. Seems we've had ourselves an unhappy little...
Charles, you and William serve as vanguard. Let no man reach us.
What about me?
You and John will follow from a distance and keep watch over us. I'll signal you when I have need of your services. We're here to help you, along with those held inside Southgate Fort.
Free me.
Not until we're inside the gate. I can't chance an inspection of the gate going wrong. I'll see you safe. You have my word.
The Baron de Montesquieu has died. His work is well regarded by all Englishmen.
Do you know anything of Silas' operation? How many men we might expect? The nature of their defenses? You must be rather important to him if you were given your own escort.
Sir, we've enemies ahead. Shall I engage them?
No. Let Jonathan and Thomas take care of it.
As you wish.
I wish you'd trust us. Though I suppose it's only natural for you to be wary. So be it.
Ho! Identify yourselves! Where is Lieutenant Jones? What's the meaning of this?
Engage the enemy! Goddamn dogs.
You, in the car. I need to inspect your cargo.
Let no man reach us!
Looks like you're to meet the Reaper.
Aha! Bringing fresh meat, eh? Come here. I want to take
On your guard, men.
Of course.
Only say the word, and I'll cut them down.
Me and you. Who's your officer?
Engage the enemy!
Meet the Reaper.
All clear.
Hold!
Evening, gentlemen.
State your business.
Delivery for Silas.
Go on, then.
See? I'm freeing you just as I said I would. Now, if you'll allow me to explain... Let her go.
But she'll give us away.
No, she won't.
What's the plan?
Free the captives and avoid detection.
What of Silas?
He dies.
Signal when you're ready to strike.
Greetings. How fares the watch?
Who are you?
Thomas Smith, newly recruited. Arrived from London just last week, in fact.
And you're to patrol with us?
So said Silas. I assume it's all rather straightforward. Watch for disturbances, ensure order is maintained. Merchandise?
If you don't know, you don't need to. Just do as you've been told and stay out of our way.
Of course. I assume it's quiet here most days?
On occasion we'll catch a smuggler trying to ferry contraband into the city. A small fine and stern warning usually sets him right.
Signal when you're ready to strike.
Greetings. How fares the watch?
Who are you?
Thomas Smith, newly recruited. Arrived from London just last week, in fact.
And you're to patrol with us?
So said Silas. I assume it's all rather straightforward. Watch for disturbances, ensure order is maintained. Merchandise?
If you don't know, you don't need to. Just do as you've been told and stay out of our way.
Of course. I must say, the weather in Boston is much fairer than back home.
Wait until winter and see if you still feel the same.
Or summer, for that matter. The heat and wet, it suffocates a man.
And the uniforms. Clearly showing further crime.
I assume it's quiet here most days?
On occasion we'll catch a smuggler trying to ferry contraband into the city. A small fine and stern warning usually sets him right.
A nice change of pace from the campaigning back home.
Why do you think so many of us volunteer? Take work.
Oi, fellas. Apologies for me tardiness. Cutter had me working late.
You know Cutter?
Well, who do you think got me this post? We're like brothers, me and him. Now, what's it Silas want us doing? We're here to rough up the prisoners? Relieve them of their finery? I hear some of them carry real silver. Wouldn't mind helping myself to a bit of it before we send them on their way.
No. Keep clear of the merchandise. Don't speak of it either. We watch the gates and patrol the grounds.
Understood, boss. I am yours to command. Oi, fellas. Apologies for me tardiness. Cutter had me working late.
You know Cutter?
Well, who do you think got me this post? We're like brothers, me and him. Now, what's it Silas want us doing? We're here to rough up the prisoners? Relieve them of their fines? I hear some of them carry real silver. Wouldn't mind helping myself to a bit of it before we send them on their way. Oi, fellas. Apologies for me tardiness. Cutter had me working late.
You know Cutter?
Well, who do you think got me this post? We're like brothers, me and him. Now, what's it Silas want us doing? We're here to rough up the prisoners? Relieve them of their finery? I carry real silver. Wouldn't mind helping myself to a bit of it before we send them on their way. Oi, fellas. Apologies for me tardiness. Cutter had me working late.
You know Cutter?
Well, who do you think got me this post? We're like brothers, me and him. Now, what's this Silas want us doing? We're to wrap up the prison.
An hour of quiet was all I asked. Instead, I'm awakened not 10 minutes later by this cacophonous madness. I expect an explanation, and it had best be good. How? How did this happen? My precious merchandise set free? It's unacceptable! Rest assured, I'll have the heads of those responsible. But first we clean up this mess. Seal the fort, kill any who try to escape. I don't care if they be one of us or one of them. To approach the gate is to be made a corpse. Am I understood?
Push them back!
Time for you to flee. Well, not much.
Benjamin!
He's here!
Glad to have you with us.
Interloper!
I could
Kill
use
the
some help.
intruders! All of them!
The Order stands united.
He's the one responsible! Kill him! Who are you?
Name's Haytham Kenway. You don't know me, but I believe the two of you are well acquainted.
I made a promise to you, Silas. One I intend to keep.
What happens now?
We wait. But not for very long, I suspect. It's been several weeks now since we freed the Mohawk prisoners from captivity. I had hoped their leader might make contact, but there's been only silence. My men grow restless. They want to know what comes next, and I do not have an answer. Lee alone remains active, pursuing leads, however slight. He stalks the city streets and scouts the bordering woods, hopeful that he might make contact with one of those we saved. There was a woman there that night. It was she who helped the others to safety. If we can find her, I believe I'll have my answers. So, I watch and wait, hopeful that my true mission might finally begin. Hello, Charles. Any luck finding our mystery woman?
Word is she's been stirring up trouble just outside the city in a town called Lexington.
Well, then that's where we'll begin our search. I'll meet you there.
and good fraternity are asked to attend. Trans stagecoaches for all your travel destinations.
For the widest assortment of dry goods, feed, and other staples, call upon the good folk of Lock off Carter's Lane.
Gentlemen dilettantes, amateurs, and the serious public, Toby Locke will demonstrate tomorrow by the Belfry his latest flying contraption. For the finest, dangerous sea level inside the town.
a shoe need your tack adjusted. Collins Farriers of Needle Street, the place to go.
The Silver Fox offers all travelers the finest fare and rate. Whoop.